Hi guys, a very quick announcement of some exciting news. On Friday the 18th of February, I will be performing a concert with a good pianist friend of mine, Phoevos Kyriakoudis, at 7:30pm. £7 per person upon entry or £5 concession, and the concert will be an hour long. We'll be performing Robert Schumann's Frauenliebe und Leben, Debussy's Ariete oubliée, and two beautiful songs by Rachmaninoff, Spring Waters and How Fair This Spot. One of my musical New Year resolutions is to focus more on French music, so I'm really excited to be performing these set of Debussy songs, as I really love his music and I would love to learn more about him. So far in my learning process, I've found that Debussy's music and Verlaine's poetry in particular describes nature very elaborately. The actual subject in a lot of the poems is mentioned very briefly, to the point where you might miss it if you weren't listening properly, and they come in very late, so there's a lot of suspense with a lot of padding out using these descriptions of how beautiful nature is. I'll read the translation of one of the shorter poems / song texts to give you an idea. The shadow of the trees. The shadow of the trees in the misty river dies like smoke, while in the air among the real branches the turtle doves complain. How much, O traveller, this pale landscape mirrored your own pale self, and how they cried in the high foliage your drowned hopes. Similarly, in Silixstase, the narrator only addresses an actual person about past halfway through the poem. It is languorous ecstasy, it is the fatigue of love, it is all the rustling of the forests amidst the embrace of the breezes. It is, near the grey branches, the chorus of small voices. Oh, the faint, cool murmur, it twitters and whispers. It resembles the gentle cry that the ruffled grass exhales. You might call it under the water that swirls. The muffled rolling of pebbles, this soul which laments in this sleeping complaint. Is it ours? Is it not? Mine, say, and yours, from which exhales the humble anthem in this warm evening very softly. Schumann's cycle is quite a controversial one, and the poems it is set on are seen as quite problematic in that it was written by a male who is depicting the life of a woman, and the start of the poem, technically where one might say the woman's life starts, begins with her seeing the man who she loves for the first time. While people might say that the poems themselves are problematic, there is debate on whether Schumann's interpretation of them was and his representation. Some refer to the famous letter that he wrote to Clara, exclaiming, "Ah, Clara, I am not worthy of your love." Many believe and argue that he represents the woman as angelic and saintly and loyal, as Clara had to actually sacrifice quite a lot for him. For instance, her father did not approve of the marriage as Schumann was not very wealthy and he didn't believe that he could provide for her and take care of her. However, Clara still ended up travelling and performing piano to earn money and make a living for her family. I'll put a couple more links in the description and maybe some translations of some of the texts for this concert. I hope you enjoyed this announcement and sort of mini program notes video. I hope you can make it, and do look out for the vlogs of our rehearsals. I look forward to seeing you. Goodbye! Heute liebt ein kleines Auge.